Let's do it.
All right. There you go. Let's get into it. Let's jump in. Waste no time. First segment is going to be cap management step one. And again, I want to give a shout out to Stick to the Model. Okay. Stick to the Model is the website we're using. I've been in communication with them. Awesome people over there. And they're excited for us to be out here sharing their product. And I know we're excited to have such a cool tool to use here in the off season for us Packer fans. I apologize for the ads. Nothing I can do there. We are subscribed to their service and everything, but we may have to deal with a couple of advertisements there along the way, but we'll figure it out as we go. So first things first, guys, how do you feel about the roster right out of the gate? Like what do we want to do here? What do we want to accomplish? Because again, with cap management, you've got the entire roster here that we can scroll through. It shows the cap hit on the right. We can restructure, we can cut, we can slap the franchise tag on the guys that are scheduled to be free agents. Now, when you look at the pending free agents, that's these cats right here. I feel like that's where we probably need to start with cleaning up the cap. We're negative 1.4 in terms of cap space. So 1.4 million over the cap right now. Some of the pending free agents are Romeo Dobbs, who's projected to be 25 million per, Rasheed Walker, 14 million, Quay Walker, 11 million, Kingsley Enagbare, 8 million, Trayvon Diggs, 5.8, Emmanuel Wilson, 4.2. Keep in mind, Trayvon Diggs is actually an unrestricted free agent. They've still got him on the roster. It works the same way. We can re-sign him or sign him in free agency either way. Emmanuel Wilson is a pending unrestricted free agent as well. It's showing here. Josh Wiley, Jonathan Ford, Bo Melton, Sean Ryan, Darian Kennard, Brenton Cox Jr. Now, some of these are listed as unrestricted free agents. Keep in mind, some of them are actually restricted free agents. So we can keep those guys around if we wanted to. But again, I think we should start with the cap management side. Is there anybody that you could think of right now? We're going, man, the cap hit is way too much. We got to either adjust it or get rid of them. Let's start at that point. Jacob, how do you feel? Is there anybody that comes to mind? I know we've talked Elgton Jenkins, Aaron.
I'd say Rashawn for me.
For you, it's Rashawn. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim? Is there a name that's at the top of the list for you, man?
Yeah, Jacob stole it. I was going to say Bane Gary. So we're tied. That would be my first order of business would be to let's get Rashawn restructured here.
Got it. All right. So you're thinking in terms of a restructure. Jacob, what do you think? Are you thinking cut outright or restructure possibly?
I think we could start with a restructure, and if it doesn't seem like it's worth it, I would be unfortunately okay with a full-on cut.
Got it. Okay, so they keep this pretty vanilla, all right? The way this works is you can do a standard restructure, and it's basically spread out the cap hit over the remaining 2 years of his contract. That's going to free up $8.4 million. That's essentially just kicking the can down the road. Now, we can't restructure in a way of getting a pay cut. I think we would all agree that's what we're talking about here, right? Is to try to shave some money in terms of a pay cut and then just be able to move that money around that we do convert to signing bonus. So 8.4 for a standard, or we could tack on a void year and free up 11.2. If we go void year, it's obviously you're kicking the can down the road. You spread it over 3 years. It adds one void year in which he won't be on the roster. But that's probably the closest thing we would have to an actual to simulate a pay cut because we're not going beyond 1 year. So if we do go with the one void year there, it would be 11.2 freed up. So we're saying keep Bane and move the money around, and this will kind of simulate a pay cut scenario, correct?
I'm cool with that.
All right, let's do it. Let's go with the 11.2 restructure. So now you can see we are 9.8. Actually, let's take down our sign up there. It's always in the way. 9.8 million over the cap now. If you can see up here in the upper right up here, okay? So I'm sorry, we're under the cap now, $9.8 million. Who would be next on the list? Because for me, the big one that's looming is Elgton Jenkins. Do you guys agree with that, or do y'all just want to keep Elgton kind of where we're at?
I agree.
Tim, how about you, buddy?
You're saying cut out, right?
I'm just saying in general. What do you want to do with Elgton?
I mean, we could take the same approach if there's a way to, restructure him, I guess.
Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem with Elgton, Tim. With Elgton Jenkins, there's only 1 year left on his deal. So there's no standard restructure. We would have to tack on 2 voidable years and move that money down the line. So this is one that there's really no way to simulate a pay cut here in this one, to be honest with you. So
we might just have to cut him outright.
Yeah, I mean, what you're looking at is a $24 million cap hit. And if we cut him outright, we're going to free up $19.5 million, essentially.
Golly, I think I got to cut him if it's me.
It's either cut him. Let's assume he won't take a pay cut. I mean, he did a hold in last year. right?
Yeah.
He did a hold in because they wanted to because he wanted to prevent this point that we're at right now during camp last year. So he did a hold in to the point where, like, no, I'm not touching this contract. I don't think there's a scenario where he's going to come out this year and go, yeah, guys, I'll take a pay cut. He's probably going to say, pay me or cut me loose, I would imagine. So, again, if we leave it alone, he's going to be $24.8 million against the cap. That's tackle money, to be honest.
We know likey that, Jan.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. So I think we agree. Cut Elgton. Is that what we're thinking here?
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, so we're going to cut Elgton, and maybe we can find him in free agency. I don't know if it'll allow us to do that. We could take a peek and see what his value is. I would like to know what they've got him valued out here in their free agency. So now you cut Elgton.
Why don't you cut Glover real quick, too, and then see if we can wake Emilio up.
So, all right, when you go back to the overall roster here in terms of cap hit, let's sort by cap savings would probably be the best way to do it. So again, Gary's going to be there at the top. Another one here on this list is our boy Josh Jacobs. Now keep in mind, we're $29.3 million under the cap at the moment. Okay. So we got plenty of room to play with here, but we got some players that we want to re-sign as well. Next on the list for me would be Aaron Banks. How do we feel about Aaron Banks? Do we want to keep him around or not? And the reason I ask is, if you try to simulate some kind of a restructure, you could see this gets very, very interesting here on how many years you want to add on to it or extend him. I don't want to play around with that too much, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like with Aaron Banks, it's you either cut him outright now and free up. What was that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that, Tim?
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Did we just get bombed or something? That sounded like an emergency broadcast system, didn't it? That was really strange.
Apparently, we're not cutting Aaron Banks.
Right. We know Aaron's watching this morning. No, but when you look at this, if we cut him pre-June 1, it's going to be $4.2 million. Okay, is what you free up. If you go post-June 1, you're freeing up 17.7. Well, you're going to, post June 1 cut, you're going to free up a lot more money here. Okay. Essentially you're going to save 17.7 million against the cap. So my question, I guess, is, again, he's right there where our boy was at 24 point. I think he's set at 24.8 million was the early projection for a cap hit for Aaron Banks too. I think we all agree we don't want him at 24.8 against the cap, right?
No.
Yes.
So if that's the approach, then now we got to ask ourselves, do we just want to eat the cap penalty now or go a post-June 1, carry his cap until June 1, and then he comes off the books, and now you've got an extra 17.7 million. I think post-June 1 is what we've done to this point. Does anybody disagree with that approach?
To me, it makes sense. We post-June 1 them, try to use some of that money in the offseason and get some free agents in here. The only thing that bothers me is if we lose Elgton and we lose Banks on a line that was definitely, I think, one of our glaring needs. I think we definitely have to address it in free agency and the draft pretty heavy, which I'm fine with. I'm okay with that.
Well, we're just going to take Emilio's plan and draft the entire Iowa offensive line, right?
Well, and plus Glover will be back ready to go, so I guess that is true.
Glover's going to be like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon where he was playing center field, shortstop, pitcher, everything.
Yeah,
they're gonna have Glover play center. He's going to play left tackle. He's going to bounce out the tight end occasionally. That's how Emilio sees Travis Glover. So
that's a really good point, though, Jacob. Considering that we just got rid of Big E. We really have to make a smart move when it comes to Banks.
And who knows what's going to happen with Sheed. So, that's a whole new revamping on that offensive line, which, again, I think I'm okay with. But,
yeah, I think I agree. I would go post-June 1 for Banks.
Let's do it. All right, so we're going to go post-June 1 cut. Now they're showing $47 million in cap space. We got plenty of money to do what we want to do. Now, another couple of restructures you could do to free up extra room, okay, is Josh Jacobs. All right, Josh Jacobs is one that's interesting. Again, we're not interested. I think we all agree we want Josh Jacobs on the roster, right?
Yep.
So if we do a simple restructure and just spread it out over the remaining 2 years, we could free up another 4.5 right now if we felt like we needed it. I feel like we're in a spot where we don't necessarily need it, though. Do you guys agree with that? I mean, we've got $47 million in cap space going into free agency. I feel good about where we're at there. So just keep in mind, that's one you can potentially do. You can free up a little bit more money with Xavier McKinney. I know a lot of people want Keyshawn Nixon gone. As bad as I was frustrated with him last year, the reality is you're only freeing up $4.8 million against the cap if you cut him. So kind of feel like keep him around, build that cornerback room up. And if he's your third or fourth best corner, then I feel better about that scenario rather than just cutting him outright just to free up $4.8 million. Now, we'll see what obviously the team does. But now let's get into down here at the bottom some of these players that we want to extend. Again, the bottom of the roster guys, let's just kind of leave alone. There's no reason to have to extend them. We know some of these restricted free agents that aren't listed as such on this website, we're going to be able to get back. But like a Trayvon Diggs, we'll get first crack at him. Or would you guys rather see free agency in general? I think I'd rather see the cornerback room in free agency before we sign Trayvon Diggs. Do y'all agree, seeing that we got $49 million in cap?
I agree.
All right, cool. So is there anybody here you want to re-sign at the number they got? Quay Walker's one we've talked about. They're showing him at $11.9 million. So I know that's out of my range, but if both of you guys agree we should sign him at 11.9, we'll do it.
What would you guys think about Emmanuel Wilson for 4.2? That kind of...
It's interesting, man, because, again, I don't think he's actually an unrestricted free agent. I want to say we've still got his rights, I believe. I could be wrong there. You guys double-check that. But if you want to try to do it and extend him, we could go that route. Man, that's showing new money 13.2. And I haven't messed with this too much on their site because, again, some of these guys that you're looking to extend, it gets a little bit wonky in here and how you do it. But I'd be okay with trying it, Jacob, if you want to, or we could just wait till we get to free agency. Either way,
I say maybe let's wait before. Yeah.
Sean Ryan's one that we've done in the past. Of course, they won't allow us to re-sign him. Okay, so I think what these are is pending free agents. It's wrongly tagged unrestricted free agent. That when you give them an offer, maybe you get a chance to counter it in restricted free agency possibly. So
if that Malik Willis number holds true, let's sign that dude up.
I think that's the thing is like that's showing his previous average. So that's what he was making before. And it's not giving us the option to extend him right now. They're kind of forcing him into free agency because he's probably going to get the bag, right? Yeah. So, all right. So do we feel good about where we're at heading into free agency with the restructures we did?
Got 47 mil.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Should be able to get us Mr. Linderbaum.
Yeah, there you go.
Money.
You plenty of money, right? So quick recap of what we did here, guys. Elgton Jenkins and Aaron Banks, we decided we're moving on, okay? We freed up a significant amount of cap money there. We restructured Gary, essentially saying it's going to show it as we just did a simple restructure. But and honestly, what we're kind of simulating here is him taking a pay cut, us guaranteeing a little bit more money and keeping Gary around. I understand there's a significant portion of the fan base that would say, nope, don't want him on a roster, want to cut him outright. I disagree with that. I think the guys do too. So we're going to move forward with Bang Gary still on the roster as it sits right now. Okay, so we will see. And again, we could probably free up more money than we did there with Gary if he did take a pay cut, right? But that's just all we got to kind of work with right now rather than just cutting him outright. Because to me, that's a little bit more of a boring approach. So there you go. There's your restructure period. Cleaning up the cap. We went from being almost $2 million over the cap to $47 million under the cap now. All right. So the moves, we cut Elgton Jenkins, we cut Aaron Banks, we restructured Rashawn Gary. We're off and running with $47 million to play with in free agency. So if you guys are watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. What do you think about those restructures? How do you feel about how the cap space shook out? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, click the bell icon for us. We would greatly appreciate it.